Like I've heard of people that these were like FMLs and the I forgot what they're called, but like the the woman asked the internet like, what do you think? Should I stay with my husband or should I divorce him and go find myself and go travel and do all that white girl travel stuff? I don't know. And she listened to the internet and divorced her husband and went traveling for a year and did all these cool excursions in different countries. And then she came back like, I wish I never divorced my husband. I regret it. I'm alone and now I'm 35 and have nobody, or 40 or however old she was. And she was like, I'm so miserable. Why did I listen to you guys? Like, I should have just stayed with my husband, who meanwhile got remarried in, in the time that she had gone on her stupid little trip. And then she literally came back to the same Reddit post forum where she was asking them originally if she should leave her husband, asking them how to get her husband back. And all like some of them were like, ma'am.
Sensational.
Come
Make it make sense. Make any of this make sense, please. If you're not adult enough to handle the situations that you involve yourself in with these people, then you shouldn't even be dating. Keep your legs closed. Stay away from them. If you know that they're your weaknesses, if you know that the things that you are desiring are counterproductive and they do not mean any long-term plans, they don't have any type of intentions of positive outcomes, why are you wasting away on temporary pleasures at all? And all this app does for me is expose poor decision making. It exposes character flaws. It exposes people for being hypocritical, for being self-righteous, for being liars, for being manipulators. It exposes hypergamy. It exposes lust and desire. It exposes the fact that people who speak a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that their heart is a reflection of what comes out of their mouth. That's it. That's all. There's a good and a bad with everything. And what I do appreciate about the app is what it actually exposes. You did this to yourself. Every single one of you. The men wouldn't even be a part of the situation if they used discernment. Like if you used real discernment and you were doing what you should be doing outside of these interwebs, you would not be aligning yourself with these type of men and women on both sides of the spectrum. Your principles and your morals wouldn't allow you to be attached to that. Therefore, mitigating any collateral damage that might come from your horrible choices. I look at you, I say, okay, she's attractive, but she got too many dudes that message her. She's attractive, but she got red hair. She got too many tattoos, or she is loud, or she's. I look at certain little things about you, and I weigh the pros and cons, and I have to determine if this is something that is going to be a problem or is just not as it's not as problematic as I think it is. Y'all don't do any of that, and it shows. The app shows. It's just a bunch of people. Like if the app didn't even exist, this would still be going on. It's still going to happen even afterwards. It's like it's not going to stop just because the app's up. The only difference is people are going to start moving a little different. They might have to relocate. They might have to go outside of their city or outside of their area and go somewhere where nobody knows them. But it's not going to change enough. And as bougie as some of you is, you still going to be dealing with that type of person anyway. It's a certain spirit. It's a familiar spirit. You leave one woman or man and you go to another one that has the same spirit, the same characteristic. The only way you're going to break the habit is if you break away from that demonic spirit that's attached to that vessel. That's just my opinion though. As having been dealing with that same type of situation over and over again, yeah.
I found the male's version of it. So it's called T-Born. And it was put up on July 9th and taken down July 9th because they basically flooded the sites with nudes of their exes. So that's what happened to the male version of the site. It didn't last very long.
Dang, they got the shit off in a day. Oh, oh yeah, they wasn't having that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I we know why. I know exactly why. If this don't apply to you, you don't have to feel no type of way. But I'm gonna say it anyway. They got rid of that app because it shows just how nasty you ladies really are, how trifling you really are. We're not going to be political up here. We all have lived life. We've all done our dirt. I know what it is. You know what it is. We don't need to use a bunch of big words and go into the encyclopedia. Y'all out here being 304s and you doing things that you don't want nobody else to know about or see. Some people are proud of it. Hence OnlyFans. But the other ones, yeah,